Welcome to D-Bros Piano, Corpus Christi's only locally owned full-service piano store. No matter what your piano needs are, we are here to help. If you're in the market for a newer used piano or modern player piano, or if you're interested in any type of repairs from minor regulation to complete restoration of any antique piano, so no matter what your piano needs are, next time you're in the market for a piano, please think of us. And from everyone here at D-Bros Piano, I want to say thank you, and please join our piano family.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hector P, aka Mr. Worldwide, and welcome back to season 2. Another episode with another amazing guest. This guy, he's a beast. I'm going to tell you that much, and I'm going to let him introduce himself here in a second. But this dude is a giant of a man compared to me, at least. I'm only 5'7". This guy's about 6'2". And yeah, so we're going to be talking a little bit about overcoming struggle, getting out of your comfort zone, and creating a strategy that's going to help you achieve the success that you want on Life of Impact. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just bring Eli Thomas on board with us. Welcome, my man.
What's going on? What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Again, it's an honor to have you on here, and I'm excited to get into this episode with you because I know that you're going to be able to provide a lot of content for our viewers. Hopefully they're taking notes. And just a quick shout out to our sponsor, D Brothers Piano. Thank you again for coming alongside us. If you are in the Corpus Christi area, if you have a piano, looking to buy a piano, a nice piano, that's the place to go to. His information is going to be in the description below. But shout out to Dominic Damas with D Brothers Piano here in Corpus Christi. So, yeah. All right. So back to the show. Dude, you have a story. Like many others, you come from a rough background, right? You
Absolutely.
come from the projects, according to you, out in, where was it again?
Valdosta, Georgia.
Valdosta. I couldn't remember how to pronounce it. So
South Georgia. Yeah.
South Georgia. Okay, so
Yeah.
you came up, in the hood, right?
Yeah.
You came
Straight
up,
in the hood.
yeah, you having to worry about getting shot at and all that good stuff. So you have that struggle background for sure. But what I want to talk about is how you took the sport of football from high school, right? And then you didn't get picked up by any colleges right
Nope.
away. You actually went yourself to a junior college in North Dakota, right? And then you made it
Absolutely.
there, and you got actually a offer from Missouri, correct?
Missouri S&T. Yes, sir.
And there, I'm looking at your bio from 2015. If anybody wants to look this guy up, you can tell this guy is a beast. Again, he was 6'2" back in 2015, weighing 240 pounds. And it says you transferred from Dakota College. You made 41 tackles in Dakota, 22 of which were solo stops. And that was in the 2014 season. You also had a team high of 8.5 sacks for 54 yards and losses and a returned fumble for a touchdown. You earned a first team all conference honors and was second team all league choice at the high school level as a defensive end. So you definitely had the talent. But for whatever reason, you also had the struggles that came along with achieving your goal because you said that you wanted to get to the NFL.
Right.
And then for whatever reason, you left Missouri, and we could talk about that here in a little bit. And then you made your way over to Poland to play professional football over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just from what I was doing my research, looking you up, you took a lot of risks.
A lot of them, man. I know for sure the reason why is because I didn't want to go back to what I was used to. And I know for sure um me going back to the hood was a no-go. So I had to take risks.
I got you, and I definitely
Yeah.
understand that. So you definitely had a reason to not stay where you were. Now, that's going to bring me to my first question because, like myself, I come from a similar background, maybe not as harsh as yours, but very similar. Now, if somebody were in the same situation that you were, where they didn't have that extra help, so to speak, of getting, picked up by a big conference college, or get landing that perfect job, or whatever the case may be, what would you tell that person to help them get out of that comfort zone? Because again, you took a huge risk by going to North Dakota on your own and going to a college on your own and getting picked up on a team and doing very, very well. So
Absolutely.
what was your mindset? What helped you overcome that fear, overcome that obstacle of the fear of failure to help you move forward?
First thing first, man, is God. I don't care what nobody say about him. But I know in my life, it was God, man. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't like to speak about religion, but it was God. I had to keep him first in my life so he can order my steps. And I told him that. I said, God, you just direct my steps and I follow. And so without him, I wouldn't be here talking to you today, Hector. So to answer your question, man, it first of all, it had to be God. And secondly, I kept the faith. You got to keep the faith. When a lot of people see tough times, they quit, they go back home, they give up. But I kept the faith. I kept the faith. I knew if I kept going, something was bound to happen. Something was bound to happen, and it did. And I got an opportunity to go overseas to Poland, one of the best experience I ever had. A kid from the projects going overseas. Hector, I'm going to tell you, I can go back home right now and I could ask everybody who's living in the hood who been overseas, right? But I kept the faith and I kept going. So
Yeah.
to answer your question is God number one, and number two, I kept the faith.
Dude, I'm glad you said that because I'm a big believer in God, and I've been a big believer that as long as you keep that faith and you keep pushing forward, no matter how dark it gets, eventually you're gonna break through. And one analogy that who's that baby over there? I hear him in the background. Who's that?
Yeah, the youngest one, Micah.
Micah.
Yeah,
He's having a blast over there.
he is absolutely, and I do want to apologize to you
Oh,
and the
no, no, no,
viewers.
no.
Yeah.
No. I
So
mean, we're gonna talk about your kids here in a second. We're gonna put them in the spotlight too. So I'm a family man, so trust me, I know how it is.
okay, all
Uh,
right.
but okay, so the analogy I was gonna mention is it's like a train. You're at the station, and it takes a lot of energy just for that train to get going, right? But
Hmm.
once it starts moving, you don't need to be pouring the coals in there to keep that engine going because then you got the momentum, and the momentum is going to keep. You just got to keep, putting it in there, keeping a steady flow of fuel in there for it to keep going. And I mean, you look at a train, a steam engine train, and if it's going on a train track, it don't matter what's in front of it, it's going to plow through it. So the same thing with your case, you kept going, and even though you had those struggles at the beginning, you had that fuel, you had that faith, which was that fuel for you, right? And it kept you going until you got uh, out of that station, and you kept going, you kept going, and kept going, and eventually you found yourself in Poland, which is amazing, by the way. And
Absolutely.
like you said, if you were to go back home, how many people can say that? You know,
You're
so,
right. Right.
and it's not that you're any different from anybody else. Let me make this very, very clear to the viewers and to the listeners right now. You, I'm pretty sure we're going to say yourself that you know better than anybody else. You
No,
have
not at
no
all.
special abilities. You have no, upper hand on anything. You just kept grinding and you never quit.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it does not matter your background. It does not matter how dark your situation may be. As if you have a goal, if you have a vision, right? And as long as you never quit, you don't give up, you will eventually get there. It may not be exactly where you want to be, but it may even be somewhere greater than you ever thought it would be.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad you brought that up. So let's talk a little bit about getting out of the comfort zone, right? For somebody like an entrepreneurship, right? Because that's what this podcast is about for entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
For somebody who has no idea, like for you going to Poland, that must have been a culture shock.
Oh, big time.
So
Big time, man.
for somebody who is going into a different field, or somebody that has a dream about going into a different field or different industry, but has no background in it, right? No training, no skills or whatever, but this is what they want to do because it's something that they know they will enjoy or whatever.
Mhm.
How for you going to Poland and going through that culture shock and not knowing the lands, not knowing the people, not knowing how things work over there, uh, what did you do? What things that you take with you to help you get out of your comfort zone and create that into a positive?
Well, basically, what I did, but what basically my mindset was, don't get overwhelmed. When I was over there, because I know they have a different language, which is Polish, and I was like, okay, Eli, you're going to a different country, different food, different people, different environment. So what I told myself was, just take it a day at a time. Learn as you go. Enjoy the journey while you over there. Meet new people, talk to different people, try and learn the language if you can, but just enjoy the journey. Don't try to overwhelm yourself and try to learn Poland in one day. I just taught myself to, okay, I'm here. Let me enjoy the journey. Let me enjoy the people. Let me enjoy the food, the culture, the environment, and just let me enjoy my time over here. So just to answer your question, I just told myself, take it a day at a time.
Awesome. You said don't let it overwhelm you.
Right.
Okay, so my question is this because I've seen this in friends of mine that are in the same industry as we both are. We're both in the same industry. Um, they'll get themselves into a situation where they'll overextend their vision compared to their abilities. For instance, in network marketing industry, you have to have certain skills if you want to level up, so to speak, right? If you want to get to that next level of income and that next level of whatever business that you're part of.
Mhm.
But along the way, you have, like I said, you have to develop those skills. You have to develop the culture and create that culture within your team for you to have sustained success, right?
Mhm.
So some people they get overwhelmed and they'll get into a situation where they'll find that they have no out, that um, they'll just quit, they'll just give up, they'll be anxious, they'll be stressed, and then they start getting physically impaired, they'll get sick or whatever. So the reason why I bring this up is because in the day and age we're living right now with the COVID pandemic, with Omicron, with everything that's going on in this world, how would somebody keep themselves mentally strong going through similar situations to where they can see that light at the end of the tunnel or they can continue to focus on their vision?
Well, I know for me, what I do is I just stay encouraged. I watch a lot of motivational videos, like Eric Thomas, Les Brown, Steve Harvey, TD Jakes, Joel Osteen. You know, I try to listen something. I try to listen to something positive every day. Every day, it don't matter what it is. I just try and listen to something positive to keep me going. Because, like you said, the pandemic, it done knocked a lot of people off the charts. I mean, they don't know what to do. I mean, some people unemployed, some people still down on their feet, don't know how to get up. And so, what I like, just to, like I said, just to answer your question all over again, I just watch something that's motivational that can keep me going on a day to day basis.
Okay, so you feed yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I
Okay.
read books and everything else. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, talking about that, what three daily habits do you utilize to that's created the success that you're having now, and that you've had over the past? What three habits would you recommend that anybody listening to this podcast would have to have?
Okay, so three. All right, you pray, pray. That's number one. Pray. Have a relationship with God. That's number one. Number two, listen to something positive. It don't have to be what I have, but something that you like. Something positive that keep you going when you down and out, when you don't feel motivated. Something positive that soothes you. And number three, I work out. Working out because I feel like working out blow off steam. It keep you going. And of course, you need your health now with the pandemic going on, with the flu, with all this stuff going on. I mean, you need your health, and so I feel like them the top three things that I want to share with the people, the viewers who's listening, the top three things that I want to share with you.
Awesome, brother. All right,
Hmm.
so now let's get to where you're at today. You went from football career, right? Playing
Right?
professionally in Poland with the aspirations to make it to NFL here in the US,
Yep.
but then it stopped.
Yep.
And when you and I first started talking, you wanted to uh, talk about how to help others in your situation where you had one goal, you had one vision. That's something that you worked for your whole entire life,
Hmm.
and then it just get ripped out from under you.
Right.
That's a big deal for a lot of people, especially athletes, right?
Yeah.
So how does somebody transition from that? How does somebody get over that like life changing moment?
Whew. Well, I know for me, it was tough. Just like you said, I played football all of my life, man. Wanted to be in the NFL since day one, playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. Um, but for me, what I had to do, and it was tough. It was tough, but I had to train my mind. Okay, it's time to move on to a new chapter of my life. Because at the end of the year of me playing in Poland, my son was coming, and so I said, okay, I have to make a decision. I can keep playing to see if I want to keep pursuing to go to the NFL, or I put this dream to the side, look at all the things I have accomplished, and move on to a new chapter of my life. And
Right.
so what I did, I talked to family, close friends, a couple of my best friends who I still talk to today, couple college teammates who I still associate myself with today, and I told them what was going on. And I made a decision after I was, like I said, I'm a big religion guy. So I was talking to God or whatever. I made a decision that, okay, I'm ending my football career and I'm focused on being a father and I'm focused on the next chapter of my life. And at that time, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew I was going to be a father. And that's it at that point.
So you just made the decision that no matter
I,
what, that you're going to just continue moving forward.
yeah, absolutely.
That's a
It,
big that's a big
it
one.
was tough. It was tough because I wanted to keep going, because some of my friends wanted me to keep going,
Right.
but half of them wanted me to be like, "Yo, Eli, you played it long enough. You had a good career, but now just move on to the next chapter of your life and being a father." So it was this up and down every day. So I knew right then after the season that I wanted to make a choice, and I had to make a choice after the season. I had to.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
I think that's a common thing when it comes to becoming an adult.
Yep.
You have to, not all the time, but sometimes you have to sacrifice one dream for another. And
Absolutely. Yep.
I think it's understanding, like you said, you took the time to weigh out the pros and cons. You took the time to surround yourself with people that understood what you wanted and your vision, and you took the time to sit down with God even and figure out, okay, This is what do I need to do? Okay, this is what I need to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to just this is what we're going to do, right?
Hmm.
So again, you're taking big risk. You're getting out of your comfort zone. You surrounded yourself with like-minded people that are on the same page with you. They have the same vision for you that you have, uh, and now we're here. So, what are you doing now?
Well, actually, and thanks for asking that question. Um, I'm actually doing network marketing right now. June 23rd of 2020 was my first day in network marketing. Like I said, my best friend Shantany Johnson, he actually introduced me to network marketing. I want to thank him. I want to salute him on his podcast. He man, that God changed my life. God changed my life. He put the right people in my life that I need. But that guy, he called me out the blue. Matter of fact, me and him stayed in contact. We were high school football teammates, and we always stayed in contact with one another. We'll maybe hit each other up maybe like once a week or something like that. But he hit me up right before church one day, and he was like, "Hey, I got this business opportunity. You want to look it out? You want to check it out for me?" I said, "Yeah, man. Actually, I'm about to head to church, and I can check it out once I get out of church." And once I got out of church, I saw the opportunity, man. And at the time, I'm going to say this: I was depressed, I was unhappy, I was overweight, gaining weight, gaining weight. I'm not gonna lie. I was gaining weight. I was unhappy at the job that I was at, and I wanted more out of life. And when he told me that, and I saw it, oh man, I took total advantage of that. I took the opportunity. I took another leap of faith, and now it's going amazing. I consider myself an entrepreneur, and also I'm actually expanding my portfolio into the real estate game now. Listen to Grant Cardone, listen to people who in real estate now. So, man, I'm big on network marketing right now. That's where I'm at right now.
All right, that's awesome. And we won't go too much into that because again, this is
Yeah,
providing content for our listeners to help them grow. But I do want to say that we are both in the same network marketing company,
absolutely.
which we found out not too long ago ourselves. So shout out to all them. But um, okay, so you've mentioned taking risk. You've mentioned getting out of your comfort zone and feeding yourself with the right information. You've mentioned some names that I'm familiar with: Eric Thomas, Grant Cardone, you know, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, you
Yep,
know, Dale
yep.
Carnegie, all them. So, what top three books would you recommend for somebody that is just getting into entrepreneurship
Right.
that changed your life?
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Only three.
Only
Only three.
three. Okay. So I actually got two. I got two of the books right now on the table. That I'm gonna present to you. But I know one is the
Okay.
GoPro book, Eric Worre. That's number one.
I have that one.
This one right here, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I have that one.
Dig into this. Oh, when I say this book done changed my life, man. This man, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I know how to say his first name.
Robert
Robert.
Kiyosaki.
Yeah, this book right here, man. Listen, oh, it blew me away. After I read this book, I started following this man on YouTube,
Mhm.
Facebook. This man broke it down to the T. I like that. And
What
also, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
one thing I want to mention about that book and about that author, once you understand the concept of the four square that he talks about, going
The
from
quadrants,
the
the
quadrants,
the, the quadrants. Yeah,
once you understand that and you unlock the process, and that's all I'm
yeah,
saying. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. Man, this man is awesome. And one more book right here. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Right here. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Right there. So GoPro by Eric Worre,
Hmm.
Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert. I don't know. I see his last name. I don't really know. I'm
Kiyosaki.
sorry. Yeah, that's it right there. And Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
There you go. And just for those who are not familiar with Napoleon Hill, Everything he learned from Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie was one of the richest men in United States history.
Oh man.
So yeah, but that's awesome. I'm really glad how this interview came about. For
Absolutely.
those of you longtime listeners that have been with me since season one, you'll notice that we're not doing 2 hours. It's just too much editing work for me, and I'm not going to go through that now that we're on video. For you listeners that listen to me on Spotify, Apple, anywhere you listen to your podcast, check out the video. The audio is going to be edited, but if you want the raw, just complete interview, check. See, like that right there is going to be edited out on the podcast, but on the video you'll see that. But check us out on YouTube, Life of Impact Podcast, and yeah, dude, Eli, thank you again for being on the show, brother. I appreciate everything that you brought to the table. I do want to have a quick rapid fire question session with you.
Come on, bring it.
I do want to highlight your family. So if you have your kids there, and if you're okay with bringing them on camera, I'd like to share them with the world. If not, I understand. I'm a dad myself, so you want to protect, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Matter of fact, on the next episode, I got you. I got you.
All right. Well, thank you for saying that, because now I got you down for coming back as a return guest. So I got
Come on, yeah, absolutely. And matter of fact, I'm gonna say this before we head out. I actually, one of my goals was to be on People Podcast this year, and it was awesome, man. Just being on here, experiencing it, and stepping outside my comfort zone again, man. Like, man,
Yes,
like
sir.
for me, go ahead.
I would like to say how very much appreciative I am to be popping your cherry, so to speak.
Yeah.
So thank you for allowing me to do that for you and getting you rolling when it comes to that. But again, rapid fire questions, just real quick. What is your definition of success?
Oh man, definition of success is being your own boss. You know, being your own boss, being financially independent.
I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Most embarrassing moment playing college football.
Oh man, I remember like it was yesterday. 9th grade football team. I was running down on kickoff. At the time, I was just running. They threw me on kickoff. I was trying to tackle the guy. The guy cracked back me so hard, I flipped and I fell. At the time, I was maybe like a $1.75, $1.60 running down on kickoff, and this man laid me out. And you can hear the crowd say, "Ooh!" And I mean, I got up. I mean, I was good, but I'm like, dang,
you took a hit.
I took a hit. I took a hit.
It's like a diesel truck running in front of a semi.
I took a hit, man. I took a hit. Yeah.
Right. Biggest accomplishment.
Oh man, the biggest accomplishment. My freshman year of college, I made the dean's list.
Wow, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Well, again, my friend, thank you for being on the Life of Impact podcast. I appreciate you being here. And just what I like to do for all my guests is give you 60 seconds to talk a little bit about what you're doing. If you got anything coming up, you got any social media contacts that you want to throw out there, the floor is yours.
Yeah. So my Facebook is Eli Thomas. Snapchat is Eli Thomas 26. Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Eli Thomas 1995. That's all my social media out. I really don't have much going on right now, not yet. Just digging into it. Just staying in the game, learning each day. Just enjoying the process. Enjoying the process, man. This is not an overnight success. Just enjoying the process. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy it. Thank you for having me, man.
I'm very glad you said that, because we live in a microwave type culture today. And that's not going to get you anywhere. This isn't a get rich quick kind of deal.
Come on.
If you want to be an entrepreneur, you got to have tough skin.
You
want to be an entrepreneur, you got to understand that success, in order for you to gain success, you got to go through the struggle. There is no success without struggle, plain and simple. So for all of you that are listening, understand that if you want to be somebody, you got to be that somebody.
Absolutely.
You got to have the heart. You got to have that drive. You got to understand. You got to get out of your comfort zone. Like Mr. Thomas said, you got to understand that you're going to take risk. Sometimes it doesn't pay off. Sometimes it does. But at the end of the day, as long as you continue moving forward, as long as you continue growing, that's what matters. And that's my definition of success. And just for everybody, a reminder, you were born for greatness. Now go walk in it.